You spend just a few minutes online and you're just hammered with this grind culture, right? A lot of it comes from people in their 20s who are promising you can hack your way to success in like 30 days. It's exhausting. But if you've been around the block a few times, you know a little secret they haven't learned yet. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
And this is really the secret, isn't it? You cannot hack resilience. All those struggles you've survived, they're not just stories. They are, without a doubt, the most valuable assets you own. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack why all that accumulated experience makes you way more powerful than you might even realize.
I mean, our culture is obsessed with youth. It celebrates youth and it tends to just cast aside age. But this reveals a much deeper truth. Youth, well, it can be pretty brittle. It often panics at the very first sign of real failure. Experience, though, that builds a quiet, unshakable strength.
Just think about this for a second. You have a 100% track record of surviving your worst days. Every single one. That's a data set that someone just starting out in life, well, they just don't have it. So the real question is, how do you start leveraging that incredible track record? Okay, so let's start with our first big idea here, the power of endurance. And this isn't about that frantic, hustling energy. No, this is about a skill that's so much deeper and so much more valuable.
Yeah, this really breaks it down, doesn't it? Hustle is loud, endurance is quiet. When you're young, you hustle because you have to. You don't have any leverage. You trade your peace of mind, you trade sleep just to get a little bit ahead. But endurance is the leverage. It's that ability to just stand firm when everything else around you is crumbling. It cultivates peace instead of sacrificing it.
And let's be real. Look what you've already navigated. Economic downturns, huge career shifts, maybe raising kids, losing people you love, dealing with health scares. You have practiced delayed gratification on a scale that younger folks are only just beginning to wrap their heads around.
Oh man, this says it all, right? Your life experience wasn't free. You paid for it, with your time, with stress, with heartache. That was the tuition. And all the wisdom you gained from that, that's your degree. And it's high time you started recognizing just how incredibly valuable that degree is.
All right, let's move on to our second pillar. This is about reframing adversity. It's not a setback. It's kind of like a neurological upgrade. Your past struggles have literally rewired your brain for the better.
It's so easy to look back at our hardest years and just wish they'd been easier. But what if struggle isn't a flaw in your life's code? What if it's the core feature that builds all your strength and character?
Think about how this actually works. Every single time you've faced a crisis, you were forced to adapt. You had no choice. And that process of adapting literally built new pathways in your brain. It created a framework for how to regulate your emotions. This isn't just some nice metaphor. It's a real, tangible process that resulted in hard-won wisdom.
And what really matters now is the perspective you've gained. You know that storms, they eventually run out of rain. And that knowledge, that calm, makes you a stabilizing force, whether you're a leader, a parent, or a friend, in a world that feels pretty chaotic most of the time.
So this brings us to our final pillar today, really understanding what your true wealth is. And I'll give you a hint, it goes way beyond what's sitting in your bank account. We get these two things mixed up all the time. Income, well, that's just the money you make month to month. But wealth is what lasts. It's what you keep and it's what you pass down. And the absolute greatest wealth you possess is all of that wisdom you've collected over the years.
So please, stop downplaying your age. Stop feeling like you're past your prime. Every single sign of age is a testament to your survival. It's a story of resilience that you have earned. And believe me, the world desperately needs that kind of grounded perspective right now.
So don't keep all those lessons locked away. The greatest gift you can pass on is what you've learned. You can mentor someone younger, or just share your stories with your family, or even just take the time to write them down for yourself.
So, let's try to bring this all together. The key takeaway is this. You're not competing in the same race as everyone else anymore. You're playing in a different league entirely. If you ever get that feeling that you're falling behind in a world that's just obsessed with speed, I really want you to remember this. That feeling, it's a total mirage.
You haven't fallen behind. You've graduated. You've moved on to a much more advanced game, one where the rules are different and the prizes are a whole lot more meaningful.
And in that game, this is the one fundamental rule. The steady hand,
The deep knowledge, the calm perspective that comes from wisdom, that will outperform the frantic energy of hustle. Every single time.
So I want to leave you with a question. What's one massive lesson you had to learn the hard way? Something you wish you could go back and tell your 20-year-old self? Please share it in the comments below. Let's build a library of real, earned wisdom together. If any of this resonated with you today, go ahead and subscribe for more explainers on building a resilient and disciplined life. Thank you so much for your time.